Hey y'all, it's been quite a while since you've seen me. It's been like what, 11 to 12 days, so yeah, no, it's basically been forever, alright? A lot of things have changed. First off, the lighting, alright? So, the great gods upstairs, otherwise known as my parents, have actually decided to give me a new light bulb, alright? So, instead of my videos looking like, the Breaking Bad Mexican filter, they actually look semi-normal, alright? Hopefully this is the one of many improvements to this channel, alright? Because, I'll be honest here, my videos are kind of dog shit, alright? They're like Capstone, alright? The pinnacle of entertainment, more like the pinnacle of fucking dog shit, okay? Yeah, they were bad. So, this and hopefully, interesting talks will be one of the many improvements to this channel, alright? But anyways, welcome to Tonikaku Kawaii chapter 188, brought to you by, not Tonikaku Scans this time. I don't know why I don't check out the Tonikaku Kawaii Discord, because, I don't really like Discord, okay? I'm gonna be honest here. Alright, but this time it's done by user/MetalGU, alright? So thank you to him, or her, or they, alright? I should probably, whatever. Alright, recently I have just watched Spy X Family, instead of the 5-second review that I've been giving for like the last 2 episodes, this one's a 10-second review. Or more, I honestly don't really know, alright? First off, she kind of bad, okay? She very beautiful, alright? Lloyd, kind of badass, alright? I respect the hustle. I big Shad energy, alright? Anya is one of the most cutest things on the entirety of the fucking planet, alright? Tonikaku Kawaii promotes marriage. Spy X Family promotes children. I think I figured out the timeline, alright? Oh my god. Whatever, okay? Apart from whatever the hell I just did right there, let's just jump right into the chapter. Chapter starts off with everyone basically outside of the Kumaro Mansion, right? Hopefully this is the final chapter in the Kumaro Mansion saga, because I yearn for the times when we were just having our wholesome 100 moments between Tsukasa-chan and NASA, okay? Hopefully they come back another day, alright? Hopefully next week, alright? So, the Kaguya, the director, and the other high school girl, which I still don't know her name because no one has said her name. I mean, I've given up at this point, whatever, okay? So they're basically gonna split off from the main group and leave because they basically left the other 3 or 4 high school girls that came with them, like, damn, what was it now, like 10 chapters ago, okay? Aurora is gonna basically follow them just in case something bad happens, alright? She's there to protect them, right? So, they're walking down the hill and stuff, right? They're talking the director and the other high school girl, they're talking about the Kiyomaro Mansion, right? They're talking about how, what an interesting experience and what it was, right? So, the second high school girl, she starts talking about how, it's disappointing that they're basically just gonna get rid of the mansion, right? Because just because the original owner died, right? Because they think that Tokiko is the owner of the mansion, which I'm sure she is. Yeah, no, she probably is the owner of the mansion, right? But Kaguya, she cuts in and she's like, no. No, that house was trouble. That house was big trouble, okay? Thank God that this house, big trouble, thank God they're gonna get rid of it, okay? The director and the high school girl basically tell Kaguya, I don't know, what's wrong with the mansion? The mansion's fine, right? And Kaguya starts talking about, like, the mansion, like I said, gives her bad vibes, right? It reminded herself of, like, this random story, okay? This random story that they probably learned a couple, back when in school, right? Now, the second high school girl, she's like, yeah, what story? Come on, say it, spill it, right? Now, Kaguya, all she says is like, a story about immortality, right? And suddenly Aurora basically, she starts to finally notice this, right? She looks back, right? Now, this is basically where we leave the high school girls. Hopefully in the next chapter nothing bad happens, but with the way Aurora reacted, it's probably not going to be that wholesome, but anyways, from there we cut back to the Kumaro Mansion where NASA is. NASA and Skessa-chan are still at the Kiyomaru Mansion. Apparently, now, finally, they're gonna do what they were kind of supposed to do, like, a while ago, and sort through everything, alright? NASA's like, oh my god, we're doing such good progress, yay! But it sure as hell looks like we're never going to finish this, my god, alright? Now, Skessa-chan, she starts talking about the things, right? And she also wants to explain, right? She's like, hey, so you remember last night when I was burning that? Well, let me explain it to you, okay? Let me just grab my trusty laptop and let's hope to God that it doesn't crash like last time, alright? So, in the words of Skessa-chan herself, the little mask thing that was there kind of wasn't really that important once she thought about it. I mean, she kind of just had a little bit of sentiment to it, alright? And, kind of everything in this entire house, it's kind of junk, alright? It's kind of just not that useful anymore, right? All these 1,400 years worth of what Skessa-chan believes is as junk kind of just doesn't really, make her feel good anymore, right? So basically, she just tells NASA, how about this, NASA? How about we go ahead and instead of sorting all of this junk, how about we just burn it, okay? This certainly won't do anything bad to the environment, all right, around this area. Okay, listen, I normally believe in Skessa-chan's words, all right? She's great, right? Whatever. But, when you mean burning it all into, well, she doesn't say burn it, she actually says turn it into ashes, but how you think you're gonna get that shit into ashes? You're gonna have to burn it. You're gonna destroy the environment, my girl, okay? But, whatever, okay? Emotional speeches aside, right? So later, we cut to NASA with this key, alright? I'm guessing they finished putting everything away in this big pit bonfire or something. Alright, he's looking at this key, this random key, right? Now, he's looking at the key and he's like, I still have no idea how to solve that one SD case that Tokiko gave to me last time. What am I supposed to do with it? NASA starts talking about Tokiko's, I guess, smartness, right? Apparently Tokiko was, a super smart person, right? A little too smart, right? Right? Because it would confuse, basically, the average, Joe Schmo person, right? Basically NASA, as he would say. I don't know what you mean, man. NASA, you're pretty smart, right? So, he's like, he knows what to find. Well, he doesn't actually. He knows what he needs to do, but he just doesn't really know where to start, right? So he just lays down on the porch, right, and he's thinking. He's like, what does Tokiko want, right? And then he realizes something. Tokiko was kind of like Kaguya in a way, in where Kaguya was a very organized, calm, and thoughtful person, right? She had everything she has everything planned out, right? So she's like, I don't know how, he's trying to think of how that relates, right? And then he realizes that, oh wait, Tokiko knew that this mansion was going to probably stay here for a while, a really long time, hidden away, right? So maybe she hid it there, right? And then he starts thinking more. He's like, wait, there's no this has to be planned, right? Because he's like, there's no way that Tokiko would go out of her way to basically tell Shiori to give NASA and Skessa-chan the key to the Kiyomaru Mansion. Obviously there's a reason for that, right? And then he's just putting everything together, right? And then he finally realizes that the hidden thing is probably in the mansion somewhere in there. And he's like, God damn it, I think I know what it is, right? So basically NASA, he walks into the mansion again, right? He's like, oh, hi, sweetie, how you doing? He's like, hey, can I look around the house a little bit? Skessa-chan, she's like, yeah, sure, I guess it's fine, whatever. Just a small question. Is something going on by any chance, right? He and NASA, he responds with, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to find something, right? Something's bothering me about this place, right? So he kind of he's like, something's bothering me. I think there's something here that Tokiko probably left us." Susa-chan is absolutely surprised at, like, the idea that maybe Tokiko probably hid the secret in the Kiyomaru mansion, and all that supposed junk that, Susa-chan said, right? So Nasa, he's like, listen, don't worry about it, okay? Let me just do this, all right? So he kind of just looks around, right? When suddenly Chitose, basically interrupts Nasa's, scavenging, and, he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? She basically looks at Nasa's like, are you looking for something? Is there something that you need, right? Now, Ness is like thinking, he's like, oh, wait, could it be? All right? And that's where the chapter ends off. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's where it ends off, all right? That was chapter 188. Really good. I mean, hopefully it's the last thing we're going to have to deal with when it comes to the Kiyomaru Mansion. And I said a couple minutes ago that the next chapter was probably going to be like the last thing, but maybe this and the other one hopefully are going to be the last, because listen, I like the lore as much as any other person, but like I kind of prefer the wholesome 100ness. I said that the lore is great and all, but come on, wholesome 100s. Like, who can... This welcome to Tonikaku Kawaii. The whole point of this was wholesome 100s, alright? I don't want to say that the lore has... I don't really know how to describe it. I don't want to say that the lore has kind of just, like, overstayed its welcome a little. It's kind of getting a little yeah, it's getting a little stale, alright? I think that's the best way I can say it. Like, don't get me wrong, still like the lore, it's just overstaying its welcome. I think that's the best way that I can say it. And that hopefully after this, and maybe the next chapter, we can finally go back to our wholesome 100ness. Apart from that, I don't really have anything interesting to say anymore. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Yeah. Goodbye.